So, Seven, I see that you're dangerously close to purchasing yourself a shiny new copy of Pokemon X and a 3DS. Did you want to talk about that?
Well, Dillard, to be completely honest, I did not want to talk about this, but seeing as how the recent release of Pokemon X and Y has suddenly made the topic relevant again, I think we do need to have our inevitable long drawn-out conversation on that age-old franchise of Pocket Monsters. Now, we have a lot of ground here to cover, so this is going to be a multi-parter. Now, to be completely honest, I really wasn't planning on purchasing either a 3DS or a new generation Pokemon game until one fateful recent event. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Sure. During a car ride to the liquor store to pick up some sweet booze, I handed my copy of Pokemon Y over to Seven here so I could drive because playing Pokemon and driving does not mix.
Yeah, and I did some power leveling for you with your starter Pokemon, and I'm going to be honest, it was less than 5 minutes of gameplay, and I am jonesing for a fix right now. You have no idea how bad I need to play this game now.
You're welcome, Seven.
I hate you so very much right now. You know, I think what happened is I had a bit of a nostalgiagasm. I can safely say that Pokemon was a big thing when we were kids, and it was a huge part of my childhood.
I remember I actually started out with Pokemon with the original Pokemon trading card game by Wizards of the Coast, and I also remember watching the anime. And I actually stuck with the Pokemon trading card game up until the Neo cards, and with the anime I remember watching it through the Orange Island Leagues. Other than that, I do also remember the first novel that I ever read was actually one based on Pokemon, but I don't remember what it was about.
And for me, too, I actually got my start with the trading card game. I distinctly remember participating in the original Pokemon Leagues, the actual sponsored tournaments, and then, of course, watching the rather terrible anime quite religiously. And even actually my first true introduction to manga was with the Pokemon series, with the Electric Tale of Pikachu, Volume Number 1. But, of course, we can't forget the Pokemon movies.
Oh, those Pokemon movies were the event when I was a kid. In fact, I even still have my Ancient Mew card from the first movie, in the original packaging.
Oh, dude, that is good stuff. The epitome of the entire Pokemon franchise, though, definitely had to be the Pokemon handheld RPG games.
Oh man, I remember that Pokemon was definitely the most used game that I had for my Game Boy back in the day. And I had Link's Awakening, so you can definitely imagine what the competition was like.
You know, I don't know how Game Freak managed to do it, but they essentially turned premium heroin into a video game. They were the most addicting thing on the planet, and I destroyed so many AAs playing my original copy of Yellow version circa 1998. From Route 1 to the Elite Four and all the way back and forth off the Kanto Plain, I loved every second of it. There's so much memory in just that one game.
Man, I remember I actually started off with Gold version, which I received for Christmas in 2000, along with my Game Boy Color. Now, from there, I remember playing it over at the Boys and Girls Club, and I even remember playing it on car rides over to Nebraska, where there was nothing else to do. And really, it just marked a huge portion of my video gaming experience as a child.
But for me, I actually never continued my Poke journey past Yellow version. I think what happened is I felt a little betrayed when they released that second generation of Pokemon. And I got so used to the original 151 that second generation just never sat well with me, because I realized they were never going to let me catch them all. My dreams of being the ultimate Pokemon master would never be fulfilled.
For me, I actually stopped with the games right after Gold version, because with the release of Ruby and Sapphire, which took place in the Hoenn region, they didn't have all the Pokemon that were in the Johto and Kanto regions, and really I just didn't feel like it was worth it to continue on.
Yeah, but, both of us at this point have come crawling back to the franchise. That all being said, we have a lot of ground to cover here. And I've pretty much run out of attention span for this session, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and make this purchase online here and, of course, pay for expedited shipping, and then wait patiently by my front doorstep in a blanket. Maybe I'll even dig out my old copy of The Electric Tale of Pikachu, and then just slowly rock back and forth, waiting for my next hit of Pokemon.